There's a song you hated the first time you heard it. You skipped it. You rolled your eyes. You called it annoying. And now you know every word. You didn't change your taste. Something else happened, something far stranger, and it's been quietly rewriting your preferences your entire life. Think about the first time you tried coffee. Bitter, wrong, almost offensive. Now it's the best part of your morning. None of these things changed. You did. Psychologists call this the mere exposure effect. The more you're exposed to something, the more you tend to like it. Not because it gets better, just because you saw it again and again. In 1968, a researcher named Robert Zajonc showed people meaningless symbols, shapes they had never seen before. Some appeared once, others appeared up to 25 times. Afterward, he asked a simple question: which do you like more? The answer was almost mechanical. The more often a symbol appeared, the more people liked it. No meaning, no story, just repetition. Liking, it turns out, does not require understanding. Why would your brain work this way? For most of human history, the most dangerous moment of your day was not facing something familiar. It was facing something new. A new sound in the grass, a new face at the edge of camp. Novelty meant uncertainty, and uncertainty meant risk. So your brain built a shortcut. If something appears again, and you're still alive, your brain quietly registers, "This didn't kill me last time." That signal doesn't feel like logic. It feels like comfort. You are not deciding to like the thing. Your nervous system is congratulating itself for surviving it. This is why a song that once sounded grating becomes addictive. The first listen, your brain works hard, parsing an unfamiliar rhythm. That effort feels like irritation. But by the fifth listen, your brain has built a model of what comes next. It predicts the beat before it drops, and prediction feels like pleasure. The same pattern shapes your relationships. Researchers studying attraction have found that proximity is one of the strongest predictors of who you grow close to. Not because nearby people are more compatible, but because repeated contact builds the same quiet familiarity that turned that song into your favorite one, comfort masquerading as chemistry. This is also, unfortunately, how propaganda works. Psychologist Lynn Hasher found that when people hear a statement repeated enough times, they're more likely to rate it as true, regardless of evidence. Your brain confuses the feeling of having heard something before with the feeling of truth. The most repeated claim in a room often wins, not because it's accurate, because repetition gets mistaken for confirmation. But mere exposure has a ceiling. Liking increases with repetition, only up to a point. Past that point, warmth curdles into irritation. The song that hooked you on the fifth listen can feel unbearable on the 50th. Psychologists call this satiation. Your brain rewards prediction, then rewards novelty again, because too much certainty is its own kind of threat. So your taste is not a fixed compass pointing toward what's objectively good. It's a moving average, built from what your nervous system has recently survived and not yet grown tired of. The coworker you couldn't stand in week one, the city that overwhelmed you when you moved there, all of these became familiar not because they earned it, but because your brain kept encountering them and kept failing to detect danger. There's a darker side worth noticing. The same circuitry that makes a stranger likable through repeated contact can make an unhealthy relationship feel impossible to leave. Familiarity doesn't check whether something is good for you. It only checks whether it has, so far, failed to hurt you. There's also something almost merciful here. It means change is always possible, even for things you're certain you'll never warm up to. Give something more exposure, and your verdict often shifts. This is the same ancient machinery that once helped your ancestors tell strangers from neighbors, still running quietly in the background of every playlist, every relationship, every place you've grown to call home. Be suspicious of certainty that arrives too easily. If an idea feels obviously true the moment you hear it, ask how many times you've already heard a version of it. The line between recognizing truth and merely recognizing repetition is thinner than your brain wants you to believe. You think you chose your favorite song. Your brain just kept score until it didn't have to ask anymore.